Hello and welcome to this special report from OTT Wrestling. I'm your host, Angus McAnally, and joining me is the man of the moment, the OTT World Heavyweight Champion, the Snake, Sammy D. Sam, thank you so much for coming to chat to us. We haven't had a proper sit-down catch-up since that monumental night at Scrappermania at the stadium. An awful lot of people had the night of their lives that night. No one more than you. Take us back to what it was like to achieve that goal in the stadium in your own hometown.
Well, Angle, been there in my own hometown, in the National Stadium, in front of my family and friends, and it was a lifelong ambition, a dream, a goal of mine since I stepped foot in OTT ring, and wow, amazing. What an amazing achievement, what an amazing feeling for me, and just special.
On the night for you, does the significance of it being the Grand Slam win even come into your mind, or do you get a chance to kind of bask in that glory at any point, or are you just too caught up in the getting through the match?
You know what, Ango, I mean, you were probably one of the first to tell me that it was going to be a Grand Slam if I won that evening, and it never really entered my mind. But afterwards, obviously being the first ever Grand Slam, OTT Grand Slam champion, it's a hell of an achievement, and it's a combination of a culmination of all my work that I put into Irish wrestling, that I put into OTT, and what an amazing achievement.
You know, Sammy, they say in my game, it's when you see your name on the poster above the title of the show is when you've really made it. You talk about the draw being on top for this weekend. This whole weekend is built around the draw. The draw has been a phenomenally successful faction in OTT. However, there are some question marks now about how cohesive a unit the draw is, whether there's dissension in the ranks, the addition of Be Cool, the non-addition of Be Cool, how happy is Danny Cross? How satisfied are you going into this big weekend that the draw can work as a team?
I've heard the whisperings. I've heard the, there's dissension. Are they still on the same page? What's going on? From the get-go, the draw had one job and one goal in mind. That was to achieve greatness in OTT, to win championships, and we've done that. Of course, things change and people change, but the goal is still there: is to be on top and to be champion. To be in the draw is a job, and like any other job, I go, if you don't perform, maybe you should look for the work. But I know in my heart of hearts, July, that weekend, the draw will be on the same page and be as tight as ever.
Well, let's talk about the size of the challenge that you're facing into this weekend, because night one, it's the rematch. And one of the great things about Omari in his run as champ was that everyone acknowledged he was a legit fighting champion. He took on all comers. Saving your presence, Sammy, we haven't seen as many title defenses from you so far. The interesting thing is you now have to face off against Omari, the man who took you to your absolute limit that night at Scrapper. But this is a different Omari. This is a harder, steelier version of the most athletically gifted guy we've ever had in an OTT ring. How confident are you facing into this fight?
I hear the doubt and I hear the talk, I hear the chatter about, he hasn't defended, he hasn't had any real challenge yet. And Omari was probably the best performer I was ever been in the ring with. Physically unbelievable. That Omari. The Omari now who stands behind Scotty Davis, who stands beside Jay Money. Omari's chose to be that way. And it's very hard to be that way when you choose to be that way. Omari was hunted for a long time, and now he's the hunter. When you join the hunting party, Angle, you have to be prepared to kill. And I don't think Omari has that in him. See, 12 months ago, 3 months ago, 1 month ago, the Snake hasn't changed. Yeah, I might stop a little longer, take a picture with a fan, sign an autograph, but I'm still me. I'm still bad, and I didn't choose to be this way. I will always be the hunter, and killing is just the snake's nature.
Okay, let's suppose for a second you get past Omari night one. There is no let up for you because 24 hours later, you travel to Belfast to take on either Big Damo or Damien Corvin in their backyard of Belfast. This is a challenge to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, it's a massive weekend. As I said before, it's a weekend to show how great I am. Damo, since post-COVID, has been probably one of the most influential people in Irish wrestling, European wrestling, in and outside the ring. And to get to face him in Belfast, in his hometown, and beat him in his hometown is always amazing for the CV. On the other hand, Damien Corvin, I feel there's a lot of similarities with me and Damien Corvin. Damien Corvin came out and he says, I need this world championship. He's been around for as long as I have, maybe even longer. Always just thereabouts. He set this goal. He said, I need to be the man. I need to be the world champion. But if you want to be the world champion, you have to do everything in your power. I did everything in my power. I stole, I begged, I crawled, I did everything. I would have sold my mother for a world championship opportunity. And I got there. And I say now, I am the man. I am the man of Irish wrestling. And I'm not ready to give that away. I'm not ready to give my spot away. So sorry, Corvin, you're just a little too late.
Well, Sam, you said it there yourself. You are the man. You are number one. But being in that number one spot brings with it a massive target on your back. Everyone is gunning for you. The best, the cream of the crop in OTT, in Irish wrestling, in European wrestling, in world wrestling. They're coming for you, and they're coming for that target on your back.
You say target on my back. Target on my back. What if I change the narrative? What if they change the narrative that weekend? What if I put a target on all three men's back? Omari, Damien Corvin, Damo, what if I come for them? I aim to go into this weekend, beat Omari on a Saturday night, and whatever variable on the Sunday, beat Damo or Damien Corvin. When I beat three of the top talent in Europe, in the world, I walk into that weekend OTT World Champion, I walk out OTT World Champion. There will be no doubt in anyone's mind that I am the best professional wrestler on this beautiful island, and that is a fact. The snake is on top, and that is not going to change for a very, very long time.
Fighting talk from a fighting champion. Sam, thank you so much for taking time to join us. It's a big weekend for the draw. It's a big weekend for Irish wrestling. Make sure you join us.